Moving on to this very question, most of them have fear of public speaking. So how can they face their fear? Is there a top five approach that you would share with us?
I would say the first and the most important one is preparation. The reason why we get afraid, I mean, like the reason the fear comes to us before we take the stage is we're afraid that we gonna maybe say something wrong or forget something or break our train of thoughts, and maybe people will laugh at us or whatever. So that's what actually causes the fear. The best thing that you can do as a speaker is to write down your speech, but don't like memorize the speech word for word, but write it down, so because the flow can stick in your mind. Read it more than once until you are really comfortable that you know how to start, you know how to end, and you know the points in between, and you know how to move from one point to the other point. So that will ease the fear that you have. A lot of people say, I know the idea that I want to speak about, and when I go on stage, I'm gonna wing it. No, that's not. See, if you go on stage and you're just winging it, your audience can know that you are just making it up on stage. And if you're just making it up on stage and I'm watching you, I'm thinking, this person did not prepare enough for me, then this person does not deserve my time. So can I just listen to them? So the first and the most important thing that you can do is write down your speech, read it more than once. Do not memorize it, but read it more than once, because that will just lower your fear when you go on stage. The second thing that you can do is to do a breathing exercise. Before you take the stage, step aside and take very deep breaths to the point where the sides of your body start to hurt and your tips of the fingers start to get numb. This will actually help you to have a much better, longer breath when you're on stage, so you don't just run out of breath when you're on stage. And also at the same time, it lowers your anxiety level. So when you take the stage, at least that will not have, not happen to you. Thirdly is what I always do it, but a lot of people might not be comfortable with, which is I start with the humor. If you get the audience to laugh from the first 30 seconds if you're speaking, once they laugh, you get comfortable. And it's always the first 10 to 15 seconds of your speech. If you go through that, the rest will just, it will just follow through. So I try to make the audience laugh in the first 10 to 30 seconds of my speech. Once they laugh, I'm comfortable, and then I can just carry on. If you're not really good with humor, you can use a story, because two things that people would love to hear: humor and stories. And lastly, which I would recommend that for everybody who has this fear of speaking, is this. Fear of public speaking is, I think, the number one or number two fear among everybody. So when you take the stage, I want you to think and also just to keep this idea in your head that most of the people in the audience in front of you would not even dare to do what you're doing. You're on stage and they are there and they are terrified. They don't even have the nerve to do what you do. I'm not saying it in a bragging way, but to a point, you're kind of much better than them. So why should you be afraid of them? So I try to tell myself that before I take the stage. Today, I'm going to do a great job. And this is actually the law of attraction. If you tell yourself that you're going to do something, if you tell yourself that you're going to do it well, it's going to happen well. If you tell yourself you're going to screw up, it will eventually screw up. So you can give yourself a pep talk before before you take the stage and say, today I'm going to blow their mind away. Today I'm going to do an amazing job, and do this pep talk before you take the stage, and good things will happen to you.
Wonderful. That also tells me that you believe in the law of attraction yourself.
I do.
Great. That's great. So that's a great message for our viewers here.